Hey everyone, it's Rose here, coming at you live from the blast hole. I've just been quarantining down here every day, just kind of spending my time looking at all the drills, a single tear falling down my cheek as I admire the keys to the jet ski and know how long it will be until we get to follow that map to the ocean and use them again. It's a bit of a bummer, but essentially, this is our 2-year anniversary of We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a little podcast about teen sex comedies and things thereabouts, brought to you by myself, Rosie Piper, Andy Hastings, and Jamie Kirk. We had a bit of a special thing planned for you for this, but obviously all this quarantining business meant that we are unable to do it. But we will bring that to you one day. But in the meantime, what we have for you here is a bit of a best of the first 2 years of the show. This is part 1. There'll be another part next week, so stay tuned for that. We know that best ofs can often be the first episodes that people listen to of shows. So if you want to get the most out of it, or maybe not be upset by some of the things that some people say, some things you need to know. I am a trans woman and I'm gay. Andy is in an open marriage and just lives a pretty unique lifestyle, and Jamie is a fat nerd, but yeah, he's a pretty good guy, unlike the rest of us. But essentially what we've got here is it's some clips from over the years that made us laugh and made some of our fans laugh. Thank you to everybody who sent ideas for clips that we should include into this in. We love you and appreciate you. So thanks to everyone for listening to the show. Please, we hope you enjoy what we've picked out for you. So please enjoy the best of the first 2 years of We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All on this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
So,
let's talk.
This...
Come on, man. Don't do me this way.
Oh, but we are...
Come over here and have a seat on the couch. I'm Chris Hansen.
Yeah. we are gonna do you this way.
Oh, man.
Should we explain our
just
plan?
Come and have a seat on the couch.
I think you're going to have to explain.
Should we explain our plan?
Yeah.
Okay, when you were out of the room yesterday, we have devised that the movie you think we're here to do, we're doing later.
We're doing the famed double episode switcheroo trick.
Come on, dog. We can't get a full hour out of it.
No, but I think we can.
We can generally catch up as well because we haven't done it for a while.
That's true. This is the first episode, not the first out this year, but it's the first we've recorded.
How much really do you have to say about waiting that you're going to use up all your riffs?
I've got heaps.
I got a few mild thoughts on it.
Well, I've got some.
You have more thoughts about another film?
I got a lot of thoughts about an independent movie.
A short film.
Yeah, I got an independent movie that I heard of this year. It's coming out on Screen Gems next year, I believe. Jason Blum has got a hold of it because it's truly a horror movie for the ages.
Well, that's apropos for some text messages that I'm receiving right now from a certain person.
You need to give way more information than that.
Oh, we'll get to it.
Yeah. Some text messages from a certain
We've got a whole episode. All right, so we should tell the story. Who tells the story? Do we tell the story, or does this guy have to tell the story?
I don't... I can tell the story.
I mean, do you want to give a summation and then we'll tell the story? Do you want to leap out in front of it?
I'll give the tagline.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In space, summary. No one can hear you scream.
Oh God!
This is beautiful because it's the first time I've ever seen you be embarrassed about your actions.
Yeah.
This is a real Mueller investigation for you.
I accidentally send let's call him a friendly. It's Tom Orr, but like he's
a comedian.
To describe our relationship,
Sydney.
He's a comedian who I have a friendly. He's a friendly acquaintance. We're not friends, but we're friendly.
Mm-hmm.
He books rooms, which I feel is appropriate to discuss.
So I accidentally sent him a sex tape.
What was the content of the sex tape?
It was me jerking off onto a woman's face.
I had a shoe-related incident on my first day of school. I cried at my first day of school
Hit
because
me.
I didn't know what shoe was my left shoe and what shoe was my right shoe.
Yeah.
It was very early on.
No,
so
that's fine. I didn't know left or right back then either. Yeah.
So my parents thought to help me, they'd put
Rose,
left-
you have a smug look on your face. Did you know left and right in kindergarten?
I reckon I probably had
Okay.
a grasp of it.
But did you know what gender you were? So still got it.
Yeah, he's back, baby. So my parents thought to help me, they'd put left and right in the shoe, which doesn't help at all.
Because you can't read.
Because it's
Once
just
you put your foot
labeling
in.
the shoe.
Oh, you don't know
I'm
what
just
your
like,
feet are.
Yeah,
right.
it says left, but I don't know which one left is.
You'd be better off
That's
doing it with
true, yeah.
arrows.
Yeah, so I just stood there and cried until someone put my shoes on.
Hello, it's Andy, safe and sound, hidden away in isolation in my little jerk off tent. Don't worry about me. I'm here and I'm safe. This next clip coming from a different jerk off den, the one I used to live. Rose and Jamie sent very funny comedian Tom Walker to my old apartment to watch the movie Van Wilder, and Tom had a few things to say about how I lived. I hope you enjoyed the clip. Thanks very much.
Preamble.
Because as long as we're talking about Hastings, when I came into his flat, there are fish there that look.
That filter's broken.
Yeah, immediately you walk into his flat, everything is in a state of disrepair. There are Funko Pops littered around, and then a fish tank that literally looks like it's filled with bong water. Like they look like they're dying.
Yeah, I'm very worried about him.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Make a
we're
change.
getting a new filter this week. We're doing it. The
This
filter's
week?
broken. Like tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like
Look, I
you
get
weren't
paid
going to do
tomorrow,
it
I'm doing
tomorrow.
it.
Oh my god.
Have you seen
My
that?
girlfriend's
Have
very
you
well.
seen among all the clatter, there's a very classy glass jar just filled with condoms right in the lounge.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
must have
yeah.
missed that. It's just in the lounge.
Are they
It's like one of those
still in
things
the
where you...
wrapper, or are they
yeah. No, they've all spilled cum.
They're all used. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like one
man.
of those things where you pull out and it's full
Like
of
those
cigarettes.
fancy old
yeah, those
lolly jars or
Yeah,
something.
but it's just got Andy Hastings condoms in them.
You know, I didn't actually put that. That's Yvette's thing. I didn't. The Yvette, the condom jars is her.
Did you have an
idea.
argument over where to place it in the house?
Yeah, we did. I was like, let's put it in the bedroom. We don't need like, and she was like, no, it's fine. Who cares? It's it's important to be safe. And I was like, yeah, good point. I can't argue.
Yeah, the back and forth was like, I want it near the Funko Pops. And she said, which ones? Which hotbed of Funko are we going to put our condom jar next to?
Did you tell Tom that we deliberately got him to watch the movie
Oh,
at
yeah,
Andy's
yeah.
house? Because we're like, we're definitely going to record here because there's a table
place
and
is
it's
so
nice.
I was genuinely vocally grateful that this is a normal apartment. This is like where people live.
Yeah.
Can I ask though, like, what? Like, how did you think I lived? Like, what did you expect?
It's
coming
awful
in?
to be proved right. I'm a pessimist, but not by choice. I don't want to be.
Yeah. In the group chat, we said maybe we can get 2 good minutes out of having the movie played at Andy's house and just watching Tom walk in and be like, oh, yeah, this tracks.
It literally all made sense. The one surprising thing is that he has a cat.
No, that
Yeah.
cat's going to die.
I love
at
that
some
cat
point.
so much.
Yeah,
Like,
presumably
I
the
take-
filter's going to break for the cat as well. You're just going to wake up and find it drowned in bong water.
Last time I was there, very casually, Andy picks up weed from the ground. He's like, yep, cat shouldn't be eating this. And just like put it in a top drawer. And he was like, yeah, what a good parent I am, you know? I love my
No,
cat.
I stopped him before. He always tries to eat weed.
Oh,
You
man.
leave on the floor.
Here's another fun thing about weed. You shouldn't have any either until you fix your goddamn fish situation and stop having something slowly die in your house. They're swimming around. They keep like coming up to the surface. I don't think they think there's food there. They're just looking for an escape.
I've had those fish are 2 years old. I take good care
Let's
of
go back and confiscate.
2-year-old goldfish is a good effort.
Let's go back and confiscate your weed until that fish situation.
I'm out of
is
weed.
fixed.
I don't have any. I got some cookie in the fridge.
Hey, what's up? Andrew Bensley here, just absolutely thriving in ISO. Excuse the echo. I'm in my bathroom taking a shit. I just had some undercooked pork chops. I might not be here a while. I just want to give a shout out to the gang on their 2nd anniversary of the pod. I love it. Some haters, they said that you'd never get there, and And I was one of those. I spread that rumor pretty aggressively. So I take that back. I'm pretty embarrassed. Anyway, listen to my clip, I guess. Bye.
So I dated the same girl throughout high school from late year 8 through to year 12. Mm-hmm. And this is in Queanbeyan, New South Wales. However, in the summer holidays of year 10, when this album had just come out, I went to Queensland because I used to live in Queensland when I was in primary school. Mm-hmm. Part of this little trip,
I actually didn't know that about you.
I did. For a year I lived in Caboolture, and I went back to Caboolture to visit some friends. One of the friends I visited was
Isn't that
my...
in Turkmenistan? Where is Caboolture?
Isn't
Two guys
Isn't
from
that like a fermented soft drink everywhere?
Yeah.
these days?
I lived in Caboolture. And I visited my ex-girlfriend from primary school,
Sick.
who I hadn't seen.
She wasn't still in primary school, right?
Yeah, we dated. I was in year
Yeah, we
6.
dated 6 weeks earlier.
I was in year 6. She was in kindy.
Oh, cool.
No, we were both in year 7 up there. Year 7 is our year 6. It's fucking weird up there.
Yep.
That's
And,
still primary school.
Still primary school is year 7. Year 8 is
wow.
the first year of high
They
school.
don't do kindergarten.
It's very strange.
Right.
Anyway, I met...
Inbreds.
I went there and I met her. We went to the movies with a bunch of friends, and then I called my girlfriend.
Maybe I'll
in
see you at a
Queanbeyan.
movie. Sneak preview.
Exactly. I called my girlfriend at the time and I said, "Sorry, babe. Still in love with my girlfriend from Queensland."
Oh, no.
I hadn't done a thing. Like I'd had sex with my girlfriend here. She'd like
You did sex in year 7?
No. This is the
Year 10.
year 10.
Oh, right. You dated in year 7. You're in year 10.
So yeah, so I call the the current girlfriend to say about the ex-girlfriend. All
you've-
we'd done was kissed, and we got in trouble for kissing behind a bush once. Had to see the principal, and and I called her and was like, "Sorry, still like I was such a drama queen. I was like, still,
That's so sick.
I'm sorry. I just all these feelings came up. Never saw her again for the rest of the trip or anything. And then
So you saw her at the movies.
I saw her
with
at-
a bunch of friends.
a bunch of friends.
Did you hook up?
No.
So you just saw her
We
and
hung
then
out.
dumped
You
your
just got these
girlfriend?
nostalgia pangs.
Well, here's the thing.
Jesus.
I didn't.
You were on a
This goes back
break.
to we're on a break because I said this and we had this whole thing and all I remember is listening to this album on the drive from Caboolture down to Brisbane Airport, which is roughly an hour and it's roughly the length of the album. And I was listening the whole time and the listening to Always.
Oh,
like,
man. Such a good song.
that and being all sad in the front seat while my mum was driving. She's
Sick.
like, "Why are you
Thinking
so
about
emo?"
Travis Barker and our Sophie having a...
I'm tearing up. And then I full on basically pulled like a George Costanza where he quits his job and then just shows up on Monday. Like I just got back home and I was like, "Hey, what's up, babe? What's going on?" Just pretended I'd never done.
Did she say anything?
Oh, we had a huge fight. We stayed together.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you'd try that thing where you're like, oh, my brother took my phone.
Nope. No.
Yeah, Danny got me
man.
one good.
That does sound like classic Bensley to just show up and just like crack open a beer and be like, "Hey, babe,
Hey, what's going on? Nothing weird here.
no one left you for their primary school
We
girlfriend."
stayed together for 2 more years, so it worked.
Hey, this is Yaz from the Mug Off. Just want to say congratulations on 2 years. That's quite an achievement. And get well soon, Hastings, from the appendicitis. Love you guys. Bye.
I remember when like 18th season happened, you know, like
Yep.
in year 12 when it's just 18th
Yep.
season constantly. One of my very good friends, 18th, like the parents' drawer got raided and they found like dildo, body chocolate, and a bunch of nudes of the mum in Polaroid and like completely like shaved and like, but like she's
Detailed of
yeah.
I'm glad you did.
But
I'm,
she's
I'm
got-
going there in my mind.
yeah. She's got her arms up in the
So-
pose
tell
in a
me
way
slower.
that looks kind of like an air traffic controller, and she had like the landing strip. Sorry, it wasn't completely shaved. Landing
Yeah,
strip.
yeah.
So like,
Right, okay.
so
Classy, I
A,
like
Yeah.
it.
I had to talk people out of and eventually take it down because I felt bad. Like they immediately got the photo, put it on the fridge, and I was like, we're
Oh,
not.
yeah, that's
I was
bad.
like, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And I took it back, but then like for the next,
Now you're the guy
year-
holding the nude of the mum at the party. But no, I'm trying to help. I'm trying
Well,
to
yeah,
help.
yeah, and as I like, because then I was like, oh, I should
Jenny,
put in
what's
my
in your hand?
Yeah, and then then I was like, oh, I should put it in my pocket. And I was like, that looks just as bad.
Like you're
But,
trying
like,
to take it home.
yeah. But I put it back in the drawer. But then, like, for the next year, because, like, the 18th season after high school carries on somewhat
Personally,
after high
I
school.
don't think it was good after about the 10th season.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah, it really drops off.
and then it was just like every party was just people making air traffic control symbols.
Oh,
being
yeah.
like,
Lord.
mate, your mum's got a landing strip.
Oh my lord.
That's so sick.
That's why 21st season is better because you're normally like in like an RSL reception room and mum's there.
Yeah.
So you can't be crashed.
No.
It's
Oh,
like,
that's when
I've
everyone
seen
probably goes
some
and starts
pretty
to try
fucking
and crack
cool
on.
shit at a 21st. Like
Yeah,
we went,
21st, cool.
Yeah.
we went to one, and my housemate, one of my good friends, like the mum was hot, and then everyone was like, "Geez, that mum's all right," and then everyone was, "I bet you this guy Chris can't fucking screw this guy's mum." And then they were like, "Well, now it's on," and it's in like this Toby guy. We'll change the name every time I mention.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he just starts fucking hanging around, like just like, "Do you want a hand with the bottles?"
Yeah.
And putting
Great.
shit around. She's like, "Who is this guy following me? Like, get out, talk to the girls, And then like, literally,
I have absolutely been that
yeah,
person.
the birthday girl, like everyone's gone at this point. Like, the show's over, and then the birthday girl hears the bath run, and apparently her and the mum, she was a single lady. They'd have this thing where like, hey, if the bath's running, it means either one of them has someone home, and just be cool about it.
Fuck yeah.
And then she's just like, wait a minute, it was my party. No one came in, like, who
Yeah.
could be?
Yeah.
Opens the door. There's my buddy, just getting a wristy off her mum.
Oh, no.
And she's just like, what the fuck? And then apparently it's just like, you know, like the door closes, the mum's like, oh, maybe you should leave. And he's like, just like shoveling his pants on, has to walk past her. She's just staring at the TV. And he's like, I'll see you later. But it was like, man, I was eating off the back of telling that story to other people. So
Yeah,
like, people were like,
yeah.
That
Oh.
rules.
I'll take you out to dinner. I'd say, all right, if you want to hear the story about Alexander.
Actually, I got one more, I think, from 18th season. 18th
it's-
season is just so
It's like,
fucked
that should be the
Yeah.
podcast.
The more you
Get
think
me
about
like-
it. Yeah.
The
I
18th
cooked it again
season.
for you.
So, like,
All
one
right, this is
of-
the moment we do an offshoot.
one of the girls was having an 18th, and she like had like a big fucking house. She was like really rich,
Yeah.
and at the time, like this family friend was staying over because she was going through like a bad divorce and had nowhere to stay, and she was a MILF. Like,
God, why would you let it go, dude?
yeah,
Man, we didn't have enough
Yeah,
milfs in
yeah,
the
yeah.
Shire.
So she was
Nah.
like super hot. I think she would have been a bit younger than like most of the mums for our age. So she would have been like 35, 36 maybe.
Right.
And so like in this 18, she was just like out and about because she just got divorced. Got drunk so quick, was hanging out with kids, and like this is like
She's
a
probably
house.
popped a Valium.
This
or
is
two
like a
before,
house
like-
with a pool and a hot tub, and she's in
Hell
the
yeah,
hot tub
yeah.
with one of the dorkiest guys.
Just thinking about her uni days. Like, like hell yeah, dude.
And like this guy is fucking 17 at this point. Like, and they're like in the hot tub. They just start hooking up in the party.
Yeah.
and
Hey,
then
it's half your age plus 7, not
Yeah,
half
yeah,
your
yeah.
age.
and we were like, holy! And like at the time, like we're just like, this guy is a fucking hero. Like
Yeah.
he's gone from like kind of nerdy popular to like.
Dude,
no-
he just
like
fucking made out with someone's mum.
yeah, like he bypassed all these immature 18-year-old
Yeah,
girls.
yeah, why would
And
ya?
Yeah, and he's done that, and then he fucking got married to her.
What?
married
That's
the
so
mum.
good.
Married the mom, like 2 kids, became the stepdad, had another kid later.
Oh, that rules.
That'd be so good. Just tell your mate, like, hey, don't treat your mum like that. Oh, that'd be so like.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, yes.
Man, 18th season. The
I was-
podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
The podcast that keeps on giving.
I was at the 21st, and I was talking, and it was my best mate at the time's mum, and I was talking to him, and I was chatting, and I've known that kid since primary school, and we'd had a few drinks, and I was like, and she was like, yeah, no, it's good to see you again, and she was like, so did you ever get that autism diagnosis? Did that ever happen?
Jesus.
And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, yeah, I just remember like when you were like 6 or 7, like apparently you had autism. Did that ever come through? Or I was like, no, that's not. I have no idea what you're talking about. She's like, oh, yeah, okay. I was just thought, all right.
Jesus.
And then I like the next day I was like, Mom, what the fuck? Like, did you think I had autism? And she was like, yeah, like a few like teachers said probably, but I don't know. I just never got you tested, so.
Yeah, I mean, you
You know.
seem fine.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she
My
was
mom
like,
always-
And then she was like, "No, and I don't think you are now." So
My mum loves bringing up like, and you know what? We thought you might have had Down syndrome, and me and your father, we were prepared to take care of any
Brave.
like, just like, what the fuck, mum? It's like, don't tell my friends.
But yeah. So it's like there's some people who are going to 21st and hooking up
That's
with
what they
mums.
said in the speech during 18th season.
Man,
And I'm finding
I'm
out.
like, cut her mic off.
I'm finding out, like, other people are hooking up with mums at 21st. I'm finding out from the mums that everyone thought I had autism when I was a kid.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
G'day, y'all. Rosie here again. So this next clip is another one from Tom Walker's first episode where he came on to do Van Wilder and then essentially laid into Andy the entire time. Tom's one of our favourite guests. You might even hear him on the next episode as well. So please enjoy another bit of Tom Walker goodness.
When are you going to unpack? He was like, yeah, it's pretty much done.
You guys still got a few boxes of Funkos to unload?
Well, we haven't even touched the Game of Thrones collection.
Oh,
boy.
What would be your dream line of Funkos?
Oh, well, I already have my
Sydney open mic.
That would
Man, I
the
would
Kyle
love
Legacy Funko? Holy shit.
With the alternate jersey?
I can tell you my favorite Funkos. I can tell you the favorite ones I own.
Cool, man.
I'm not sure we
Wow.
need to do that.
Yeah, we don't need
Oh, sick. What else can you do? Can you do literally anything else
This is
with the next, 3 minutes of my life? Because I don't want that.
This is already my favourite episode by so far.
This is just recorded bullying.
I can tell you my favorite Funkos. Yeah, don't.
You gotta list them now. You gotta list them. Let's just make that the rest of the podcast. You talking about your Funkos.
Oh my god.
My favorite one is
Happy 2-year anniversary. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. Hello, my name's Timothy Clark. I was a guest a few months ago. This is honestly one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite podcast to listen to. It's always a highlight of my week. I always try and listen to it as soon as I can. In fact, I even asked to be a guest on at the time because I'm such a big fan. I love listening to it. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Andrew, putting on a great show. It's so good to catch up with friends every week and catch up and hear great stories about your lives, great insight into what you're reviewing, and just catch up on the Sydney open mic scene in general. It's really nice and sweet and genuine to hear, and it's a really, really great podcast. I wish you all the best. 2 years, fantastic. Congratulations, and thank you again. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Andrew. Congratulations, and hey, here's to 2 more years of everyone's favorite video game-based podcast, Manic Pixie Dreamcast. You guys, they said it couldn't be done, but you've done it. 2 years of what I'm assuming is the podcast you've asked me to record this for, Manic Pixie Dreamcast. Wow, what a roller coaster we've gone on. Boy, an enjoyable, fact-based podcast about video games. Congrats on turning everyone's final fantasy into a final reality. Anyway, there you go, Rosie. You can cut that up if you want. And if you want me to do your podcast about teenagers having sex or, whatever the other one is, let me know. Cool. Cheers.
Your life is falling apart, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, big time.
Listeners can't see, but Jamie was really swiveling his head, saying that to everyone
I
here at the same time.
I was pinching my nipples while I said it, too.
So Wednesday night, it's actually a great set. I'm hosting this gig. It's going really great.
I believe the reviews from past guest Ben Caution were, Hastings has built an unexpected rapport with the audience.
I'm a good MC. I don't know.
He said it was good. He just used that.
He said it in a way that implies it's not normally.
Well, it surprised him.
Which is why you went on about it for like a full day in our Powerbomb group chat.
Well, because to me, he just complimented me.
Yes.
He didn't give me a backhander. He was just like, "Great, that was great last night."
But he said you were doing great.
Yeah, unexpectedly.
But it's still good.
Yeah. No, it implies the bigger problem. Ben Caution not thinking I'm a good comedian is a bigger problem than me not getting recognised having had a good spot one night. Do you know what I mean?
No, explain.
No. Who's Ben Caution?
I'm saying I would rather Ben Caution think I was a good comedian and have just a bad gig sometime than have just one random bad gig.
Oh.
Than have Ben Caution think I'm a bad comedian but kill it one night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some bad news for you. He thinks the latter.
Oh man. Anyway,
No, he loves you. He told me.
I know, we're good friends.
I know.
He just doesn't respect me as a comedian.
He's one of the scrambled eggs.
He is. That's true.
He just
He's
never performed with
He's the
us.
third Scrambo. No, he did the second time, very briefly.
But your new friends
What
will
did he do
respect
in the
you.
second one?
Second one, he came up at the end. That was like how we finished the second time.
Was it?
Man, this is impenetrable.
I've got no fucking idea.
I don't even
of
know.
Sydney.
I don't even know what
Me
they're
and
talking
Rose,
about.
before
Scramble-
you ever did comedy, Jamie, me and Rose briefly did a couple of sketches as a parody
fake-
of an improv group called Scrambled Eggs.
Oh, that's
Ah,
We
God.
wore matching turtlenecks. We had goatees,
Goatees.
hair, in
Ponytails.
our ponytail, jeans and joggers.
Yeah, it was great.
we
that's
did
pretty
a,
funny.
It was
a
quite
good
funny.
stuff. Yeah.
The first time was terrible
Conceptual.
because we did it at Fuck Club and Andy caught the fear and like
I
ran
think-
off stage, basically stranded me there.
What a bitch move, dude.
That's serious.
No,
that is
I
what
was
happened.
trying to...
Dude,
That is
that's preemptive
I'm not
transphobia
gonna
in action.
defend some actions from 7 years ago.
That's actually what happened. You like clearly got scared and ran off the stage, and I was just there, be like, how the fuck am I meant to end this?
a great parody of
Kappa
improv.
was-
Yeah.
I think Kappa got involved. It was... I don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
know.
because
Venue-
people were talking to us from the stage. But then the second time we did it at Mug and
It was
Kettle,
very
I
good.
wrote the sketch out a bit more. I'm going to say I wrote. I definitely put more effort than you in.
Hastings is making a very bad face right now.
What a weird thing. Even if it's true, it's like,
Yeah.
man, it was like 6 years ago.
No, it's just indicative of, you.
We used to do
but
it-
it went much better.
We used to do a fake improv sketch for Chimp Cop.
Yeah.
Our improv group was called Gag Reflex.
That's
a
funny.
good one.
And it was
quite funny.
It was Ben Vanel and Adam Knox who would be on stage. I would be in the audience as a plant.
Yeah.
And Ben would be the improv comic who was going through a divorce. So every suggestion that I gave him reminded him of his ex-wife until the end where I had like this long suggestion of like talking about a couple that can't stay together because they were too cheap to build a fence around their pool, but what did it really cost them in the end? And I would get up and start screaming at him, and then Noxie would go, all right, I think I heard insurance salesman. That was it. But I did it one time at Catfish, a room in Melbourne, and one guy, I was getting up and ranting and moving around, and one guy thought I was not part of the sketch. And he got up and started getting him in my face, and he grabbed me by the shirt, and I was in the character, so I grabbed him by the shirt as well, and we were spinning each other around, and he, I saw him go, give me a wink and go, good set. He knew I was part of this. He was just trying to help, but to everyone else who couldn't see it,
Really violent.
he was just this roided up bald guy standing up, grabbing by the shirt, and then I spat in his face.
Because you just wanted to fight this guy.
Yeah, because I was in the character of a guy who's screaming, and then no one else could see it. There were people trying to run up and stop him.
Yeah.
The
Man.
people on stage immediately stopped.
That's
This is a bit.
fucking
This is a bit.
That's so fucking...
Yeah, it didn't go well in the
You
end.
just dude, I'm fucking kidding.
Yeah.
Thought you were just like, I'm kidding, dude. Sorry.
Would
Anyway,
you ever bring back scrambled eggs?
Maybe.
We've thought about it.
Yeah, we're not saying
Scrambled
we
eggs
won't.
over easy.
Mortal Comedy has always been produced by Scrambled Eggs as well. So
Yeah, but that's
Really
just more
Scrambled
like
Eggs presents.
how Kyle Legacy says his show is directed by Zach Zucker every year.
true.
Which
There were
really
sketch
makes me laugh.
elements in Mortal Komedy 2. There were sketch elements.
Yeah.
Were there? I didn't.
At the start and at the end.
I
Yeah, it
only
was
go
good.
see Hastings solo joints.
Sucked in.
Imagine
Well,
seeing.
I've seen like
He's
3 rows
seen
of
some
shows
of mine
too.
too, yeah.
Imagine seeing the phrase "Scrambled Eggs presents Mortal Comedy."
That's literally what
Feature-
happened.
said, yeah,
Featuring Andrew Hastings and
Literally
Rose
said those
Piper.
words on the poster.
Yeah,
I know what those words mean, but that makes no sense.
Yeah, and our ticket sales reflected that. Actually, that's
No,
we sold pretty good.
we sold
actually.
well at both of them. I
Yeah.
think,
Anyway, so I'm at this. I've been crying on the train.
Yeah. You built up an unexpected rapport with
It's
the
going
audience.
well, and I'm like, man, I finally,
You made a cocktail.
I invented a cocktail, then riffed a great thing about it. I'm so happy with it.
Can I just jump in?
Yeah.
I thought Anna Faris was good.
Yeah. She was great.
You know who else invented cocktails?
Yeah.
3 of them, actually.
Yeah,
The Happy Birthday?
Bernie Teller.
It's a spiced rum and pineapple juice because I felt like something like tropical dicing. And
That
when I
drink
was
definitely
drinking it-
exists.
I think it's used in some cocktails, but it doesn't matter. I thought of it, I ordered it, I invented it, and then I
Rum and pineapple juice?
spiced rum and pineapple juice.
That definitely exists.
That is- yeah.
like really famously.
No one at
long
that
before.
bar had ever. I asked the bartender if he'd ever seen it before, and he said no.
Have you ever seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Yes,
It's in that.
no. That's Malibu, which is Coconut Run. Damn. Anyway, whatever.
Listen, I want my cum tasting as good as it gets. Maybe I get it.
Don't step on the punchline, obviously.
Anyway, welcome to
The riff that every single
this
person
week. The movie
thought
is
of.
just as good as it gets.
The
James L. Brooks.
I riffed this on stage.
The L stands for living legend.
The riff on stage was pineapple juice makes your rum taste better.
Okay, that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
It's a clever version.
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
not bad.
I can see why an unexpected rapport was built now.
Yeah, anyways, that was.
I can see
Wednesday.
why you were trying to stretch up your hamstring before that huge run.
So that was.
That's Hastings' version of the Lord of the Rings. This is an unexpected rapport.
Oh, that might be the best joke we've had in months. That's the end. All right, so come to Powerbomb Comedy every Friday.
We've probably said this on the podcast one night, but I came downstairs at Powerbomb and Hastings was on the door, and he was talking to Ben Elwood with like it's a very spirited conversation, and I had to ask you something, and I was just kind of standing there waiting for a lull, and then you just look at me and go, "Yeah, we're talking about Fight Club."
Oh my God, you and Ben Elwood in a heated discussion about Fight Club?
Well, think about Tyler.
I
okay,
want to
so
see it. I
Yeah.
want to see it.
Aloha, beautiful people. It's the one and only Eloise Aftos here. I just wanted to say a big happy 2-year anniversary to the sexiest podcasters I know, Rosie, Jamie, and Andrew. I had such a good time on We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, and I'm not surprised I made the best of episode. I'm obviously the funniest guest you've had on, so it's a huge honour for everyone else. Congratulations, guys. I have to do another face mask, but I hope you're all enjoying ISO. Miss you all and happy listening.
Can I tell you my favorite Eloise story?
What?
yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I will need your help in this. Because
Okay, but what happened?
I forget
He's
the
about to
one.
tell us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get really scared when someone's like, it's a story about you, and I'm like, what is me? But I'm in it. But like, don't I know? What?
Hear it, and then you'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, Hastings, you don't have to yell at me like I'm your wife.
Get the disrespect bong again.
It's funny that you think he's the one doing the yelling.
Yeah, I know, I'm such a wog. I'm like, stop yelling at me, you asshole, and while I'm screaming.
No, I
Yvette,
mean,
fire up that my
she's the
wife
one
just
yelling
yelled at me,
him.
Bong.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I totally get what you mean now. I totally get that.
Yeah. Okay, tell the story.
My favorite. I will need your help in
Okay.
this when
Oh
the
no,
time
I'm so
comes.
scared. But here we go.
You keep looking at me. Does
No,
this
no,
involve
I don't.
me?
I don't think either.
we
was-
were in a story and we don't even know it.
Yeah, I don't. I know.
Rosie and I are like,
You
what?
and there almost certainly, like
Okay.
because you'll know. We were at UTS doing
Okay,
comedy,
yeah,
and we. It was like a bad night. Like it wasn't that.
Yeah, it
good.
was UTS.
Yeah. Well, they fired us now. So fuck them.
Rose,
They
how
run
would you know you
shit.
never
Did
went?
they
Like,
fire you?
I went
Yeah.
like twice.
Whatever.
They
Fuck them.
they suck, and the room sucks, and don't go to any new iteration of it.
Yeah. No, I will never.
And
But happy
boycott
endings is
that.
great.
I-
We'll all have happy
let's
endings.
not conflate rooms with rooms.
Hey, I
but-
just said that
yeah,
out of
yeah.
nowhere. It was a complete
I-
non sequitur.
But,
Totally fine with not
Rose
having
is crazy
UTS.
like that.
but Eloise was on, and Eloise likes to, when she does comedy, she likes to do her whole Eloise thing where she talks about being like
You play
know,
a character.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
she plays
yeah,
a
I
character
play a
where
little
she's
persona.
like where like she's more attractive and more like worldly and has been around and knows like everything.
Yeah.
and
It's like an old Hollywood
smart, hot, like smart,
Yeah,
hot,
everything.
funny, like talented. I
The
could go
total
on.
package.
It's like if someone just won a
Hastings looked at me
Yeah.
like I was the worst person he's ever met.
yeah.
And I'm like, it's a persona. It's not my fault
Yeah.
if you think it's real.
It's like if someone
Because
just
you're such a good actor.
if someone just
Thank
won
you.
a Golden
Proper
Globe.
trained.
If someone just won a Golden Globe and then decided to do stand up in their acceptance speech.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
like
that's
that.
actually
That's
the
a great way
best
to put it.
description
Yeah.
of my
Yeah.
A
my
Hollywood
shtick.
starlet slumming it at an open mic.
Yes,
You've just been-
yes.
Yeah,
And
so
it's-
you've just been handed a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and you're
going,
just trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
bust it, and it's great. I love it.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah,
like
very
this night
Thanks,
was
you.
like kind of muted and not going so well. And at one point, like Eloise was just trying to like get things going by like asking, like telling the crowd to ask questions. And like Eloise is like full in this character, which is like I own everything. Like I'm the fucking diva supreme.
You could
And
never
then-
fuck me.
Vamp.
And then no, I've remembered the detail now. I don't even need to
You
consult.
don't even
It's
need
great.
me.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god! Wow. I feel
And
really
so
famous.
like it's going like pretty bad, and Eloise is, I wouldn't say floundering, but like kind of like reacting to the fact that they're not reacting. And eventually one of them pipes up and goes, "What's your favorite movie?" And she completely breaks character and goes, "Oh my God, it's Bend It Like Beckham." and then she spent like 2 minutes earnestly talking about
Tiffany's or something.
No, can I be honest?
Oh my God,
Like,
you've got to write that into your fucking
honestly,
show.
can I be honest? Like, I have because I studied film, so I have like a lot of films as like a favorite film. But
This is
I was
literally
like,
what you said to
on
the audience
spot,
as
on
well.
the spot, I was going, guys, I studied film, and like this is a really hard question, like because it was going off my movie joke, wasn't it, about the cinema?
Yeah.
And they're like, she just yelled it out. I didn't think I even asked her a question.
Oh, really? I
think she
thought
just
you were
yelled
saying
out,
to
like,
ask questions.
no,
but-
well, I was being a little like I'm pretty interactive in my set. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Hastings, but I'm really interactive in my set.
What does that even mean?
And I just love like pointing out. I'm like, just so you know, like, no, you've seen my set. I'm joking. I just,
Yeah.
Rosie and Jamie obviously huge fans of me. And I just want you to be on the same page. Anyway, I'm joking. I said I was like panicking because I was going, what movie can I say? This is like the hardest question for me. And I just yelled, I just went, Bend It Like Beckham. Like, because it's an amazing film, and I earnestly was talking about it like that, and I really wanted to be Indian for so long after seeing that movie.
Yeah, and that's what she said as well. It was so vulnerable. She's like, all I want to be is Indian.
To a bunch of little work
Yeah.
uni students.
And
Yeah,
I was
but
like-
they loved it.
And I was like, I wanted to be Indian, and
you turned them. It was like Bill Burr and Philly.
yeah, basically. And I also was like, oh, that was the film that made me play. I started playing soccer after I saw that film.
Yeah.
All right.
I played
And-
till I was like, what?
Not the Euro
22?
2008 win?
No,
That
that was
didn't get you
before
going?
that. Before that, that
Oh,
did
yeah,
get
it
me
would have been
going.
before that.
That
Yeah, yeah.
did get me going. Don't worry. I was in Greece when we won the Euro.
Oh, really?
I was there.
That would've been
2004.
wild.
That
It was
a low
wild.
point. They were playing very bad football, very negative defensive
Who
football.
did they
was
beat?
it?
Yeah.
They beat Portugal.
They beat Portugal.
It was
Right.
wild.
Now.
But yeah, Bend It Like Beckham is an amazing film. Grinta Chada is a great director. And if you don't believe me, well, fuck you. Okay?
It-
and so
it
many other
literally
films.
turned the night. Like, everyone was just like, oh.
Everyone went,
everyone
"What?"
did quite well after that.
Fuck yeah.
While Eloise was just strutting around being like, I
You
want to
saved
be
the gig.
Indian.
Yeah.
Bend It Like Beckham saved the gig.
But I literally, yelled it out, like, almost so, I was so, like, oh, Bend It Like Beckham.
Well, it was quite fast. Like, you weren't, because you was just saying then that like you were thinking about it, but the way it came out was like they
First
were
thing
like,
that came to my
yeah.
head.
Well, then we're like, what's your favorite movie? And you went Bend It Like Beckham, and then there was like a bit where like your face. Like the mask dropped a little, and you're like, "Oh, I just said Bend It Like Beckham," like
Yeah.
when I should have like said.
I should
Yeah,
have said
Breakfast at
what?
Tiffany's.
Yeah.
No, Breakfast at Tiffany's, you can't even say that anymore. Even
Yeah.
though I love
Oh,
like
no, I
Edwards
mean, like
films.
in character. Like, you would have.
Oh, Breakfast at Tiffany's is a great film. I love
Yeah.
like Edwards films, but also a lot of racist characters in them. I love The Party, one of my favorite films, but Peter Sellers played an Indian man on it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's except for Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney in it. That's your favorite part?
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
That was my
Funny.
parents'
It's
wedding
deft.
song. Is
It's got a
Moon
deft
River.
touch.
Moon River was my parents' wedding song. So
Hey everyone, Jamie here. Hope you're enjoying the best of. I've already finished Final Fantasy VII Remake, so now I'm cutting this crap together while listening to the soundtrack to Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love this clip, I love this episode. This kind of chronicles Andrew's misery year, which was very funny to be a part of, especially visiting him at Melbourne Comedy Festival. Anyway, enjoy Hastings' downfall.
Do you think that's the most embarrassing moment of your entire life?
It's like, in terms of embarrassment felt, no, because like when I was a kid, one time
Yeah.
I lost my pants.
Man, I remember.
Explain. There's so much more than I
They were-
lost my pants.
they were-
Mom, I can't find my shorts.
They were chafing me.
I was 9 years old. So bad. I hate this.
No,
I was 9 years old, and we did like swimming lessons with school. That was like one of our school sports. Is you'd go down to the aquatic center, they'd bus us down, bus us back, and like we would get dressed. We'd get dressed into our swimming clothes at the pool, but we'd get dressed back into our regular clothes at school. And at school, getting dressed, I was there in my little 9-year-old boy Speedos, and I realized I couldn't find my pants.
Right.
So,
Oh, this is horrible. Oh no.
So I like was at school with no pants. And my teacher
You're
was-
living out the nightmare that everyone has.
literally.
Yeah, man.
No wonder you're like
But
you
you
are.
had a shirt on.
I had a shirt on and
And
I had
little-
a towel. I had a towel.
you had
So
a
did you
towel
have to
wrapped
walk around school like you're wearing
had to
some
go-
sort of like
You're like, it's a sarong.
yeah, like a Polynesian
read
sarong?
an issue of Vogue.
So not quite not culturally appropriating.
It wasn't
there.
just my class. The thing was about 3 classes who all like went down to swim lessons. So what I had to do is I was back in my classroom. I told the teacher, and they were like, "Well, they're not here. Maybe someone in one of the other classes has it." So I had to go around and knock on the other
Do
classroom.
you have my pants?
Oh no!
And say, "Hi, has anyone seen my pants?"
Oh no!
That is more embarrassing.
That's horrible.
What, do people laugh at your face?
Yes.
They have to, right?
What are you fucking kids are so cruel.
I
Yeah,
know.
Kids are so cruel.
That is so cruel of that teacher as well. Just
Yeah,
like
the teacher
send you
could've
to go
gone
do
around.
it. Yeah, they should have done it.
You just
That's really sadistic.
You just reminded me of something that often mentioned.
I haven't thought about that story in so
Yeah.
long.
Andy again. First things first, my DMs are open at Andrew Hastings on Twitter. Send nudes there. Andrew Hastings 11 on Instagram. Once again, DMs are open. Second thing we got to get to, this next clip. Very exciting, one of my favorites. In this we imagine, what if we were YouTube stars and we were creating Australian Dragon Ball Z? And oh boy, we really fleshed that idea out. Hope you like it. DM's open.
I'm an Aussie comic and I'm called Bloku.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And I'm going.
It is probably
and
that
I'm
time we
going,
did a joke.
And then I'm going fucking super G'dayan. if
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Open my BB. And then the bad guy is called Vegemite.
All right, I was about to jump in with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm funny.
I was going to say my rival / friend / enemy, Vegemite Eater.
What if we did Aussie Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Instead of Krillin, it's prawns.
Yeah. Prawnin. And he's just like, good eye, mates.
Yeah. Yumcha is still Yumcha.
Yeah. But it's Yumcha. But it's Yumcha down in Chatswood where it's good. Wink.
Yumcha brackets the one in Blakehurst.
Yeah. What other characters are there? There's TN. They're TNs, and he's a lad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got it.
What Freezer?
It's Esky.
Yeah, Esky is perfect.
But
yeah, I'm on a roll
why
here.
Why should Esky be the that wouldn't be the villain?
Well, maybe it's a warm
It'd
Esky.
be like Leaky Esky.
Yeah, it's a bad Esky. Well, no, because you could say
Freezer's
that
very powerful.
Esky's bad because he fucking takes your beers away from you.
Yeah.
And you're like, and
okay.
you, as Bloku, I'm like, give me a beer, and he's like, nah, Esky's closed, mate.
Yeah. Broly is still Broly, but he's an umbrella.
Yeah.
But that's is that too English?
Well, it's just
though?
another
Broly's
L.
Australian as
Broly's
well.
really Australian.
Yeah, my family also Broly.
Yeah.
Also, you
Convict
got man, we can keep going. You got Piccolo, but it's espresso.
Yeah, and Piccolo always
white. Oh, yeah.
No, Piccolo always brags about how Australian coffee is better than any other country.
Well, I was-
Piccolo.
Like they
I
go
was
to
going to say
like
Piccolo, but it's like one of those little bottles of yellow champagne.
Oh yeah, that works too.
But I like
For
the
the
idea.
ladies?
I like the idea of like Piccolo going to like America and being like, "Fuck, who you got a route to get a flat white around here?"
There's Raditz, but it's Raditz the Rat.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, you can do every character.
See, I don't really know many of the other characters.
Yes, we've said all of them.
And
What,
so
Roshi?
the world is obviously Australia.
Rochi, and he smokes weed.
Lamb roti
Oh, yeah.
down the local Indian
So the
joint.
world is obviously Australia in this world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Dragon Ball Z is the name of the show.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
But it's Dragon Ball.
I've had too many
Dragon
ideas
Ball
to
Z.
not make this.
Yeah, let's fucking email Rory Lowe
Yeah, I
right
kinda
now.
think-
Hey guys, Jamie again. Wow, what a hilarious clip from a hilarious podcast. We've got another one coming right up now. But first, this virus has meant that we're all staying inside, so we finally quit comedy, and me and Hastings have decided to become professional Rocket League players. Hastings is actually alarmingly good at Rocket League, like so good he might consider the old pivot of the career 8 years ago. But please find us on PSN. I'm Jamie the Red, and listen to this podcast or pick up a controller and play Rocket League instead.
Me so angry to think about you fucking. I've thought about you fucking way so much.
I'm real good at it too.
No, you're not.
Apparently, you can't even do it. unless you're
Listener,
wasted.
write in. If you've had sex with me, please write in and confirm whether or not I am good at bad at love making. Please, listener, write in.
Well, you already got no responses to the previous call out to see.
Well, we have more listeners now.
to see if you're a good kisser.
Have you ever had?
Oh my God, Hastings!
He's not, by the way.
How bald-faced is this?
This is a very good kisser.
It's so bad.
A bit aggressive.
Far too aggressive.
What did you guys all kiss him?
Years apart. But
Yeah.
What?
I've kissed both.
Them
these people.
kissing was in response to me driving him about the time that we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a passionate man. It flows through me.
What does
Passion.
the what? What the?
I'm addressing the claims of aggression.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you think you're a good kisser?
I am a good kisser.
Okay.
I wish we could capture facial expressions.
And you say that you're a good lay.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
One of the best.
No. What would you say are the defining aspects of an Andy kiss? Step one.
All right.
Dying fish. A real state of squalor. She's got the feeling that she's got to kiss you because all of her surrounds point to the fact that she's in The Last of Us. There are dust motes being caught in the light. What's the move?
What's the move?
Yeah.
If I'm about to kiss someone?
Yes.
Depends on the context. What's the situation? Where
He
am I?
just said you're in your
You just
disgusting
painted a
apartment.
vivid picture.
Oh, I brought a girl home.
Yes.
I brought a girl home. We're on the couch.
Yeah.
We're watching a movie or whatever. We're having a drink.
Sure.
I'm a good host.
Yeah, you're drunk, so you can kiss and fuck.
I'm bringing a girl back if I'm sober. I'm not.
Yeah, no. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sitting there waiting.
If it's someone who it's a new partner. It's not someone I've been with previously.
Oh my God.
Well, because
Yes, it's a new partner. It's a new partner because I don't
partner?
want to. Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll get him real close.
Okay.
I'll get him real close.
Yeah.
I'll maybe touch their
I'm
arm.
putting my elbows up to keep you away from me.
Might touch their arm a little bit. Might scoot in a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'll say some real cool shit.
Okay. For example.
Be like, you looking for a taste of the haste or?
There's no way. Have you actually ever done that before just for fun?
Who's to say?
So yes.
Oh my
You
God.
absolutely.
No, I've
Yeah.
never said that. I've absolutely never said that.
Okay, then what? Where's the hand go?
Are we kissing?
We are not. You need to keep these gestures to a
In this scenario,
minimum.
am I already kissing the woman?
You are in the process of leaning in for a kiss.
Oh, hand on the.
A kiss is imminent.
I'm a big James.
You've grabbed the side and front of the face. You've
like a passionate, like a nice little like. on the
sure.
jawline.
Okay.
That didn't look. That looked like you were trying to like.
You know the
someone's
move
head up
I'm
who's passed out.
describing. You know the move I'm
I
describing.
know the move you think you're describing.
I'm a very good kisser.
Okay, and then
And then I'll kiss her.
okay,
Yeah.
and is
Once,
the mouth?
the positive confirmation.
Show me right now.
Enthusiastic consent.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's nothing she wants more than to be kissed by you.
I'm very desirable to a lot of people.
Well, it's an excuse for her to close her eyes. So, how open is your mouth?
Oh, like pretty open.
It's so open.
Very open.
It is a gaping void.
I go for. I'm a passionate man.
Are you an unlocked jaw kind of guy?
Oh, pretty
I
much.
swallow a mouth whole. No,
Yeah, it looks like a
the
python.
appropriate amount. Like
Okay, show me the appropriate amount right now.
Have you seen Alien when the mouth comes out of the mouth?
That's what it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
okay.
I'm like, I would say like.
That's so open.
And also, like the tongue whips out like a fucking.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
tongue really.
Takes her head off in one clear blow.
Yeah.
The tongue gets in there real quick.
I've never had a complaint except for roast python.
Okay. Do you think that people usually get complaints on their kissing?
I get a lot of compliments.
Okay. What are the compliments like?
Like-
That was nice and fast. You really jammed a lot of kiss into the 25 seconds I was comfortable with kissing you for. It felt like there were hours worth of movements jammed into that little time.
This is accurate.
From what
You're
I'm
saying.
hearing, it sounds to me like you're all lazy kissers. It sounds like you're not putting in the work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
You kiss with the urgency of someone who like feels
Yeah.
like it's about to be called off at any second. Actually, I regret this.
It's called passion.
Yeah.
Well, urgency's good. It's a, I need you now kind of vibe. That's passion.
But you can't. You got to
So
do
then what
that.
so
you
what
can't
happens
just go in
after-
and immediately like swallow
What
their
happens
head.
after the kiss?
Oh, I get my dick sucked.
Oh god.
Andy here. I'm asking you one final time. Please, please, please reply to my DMs. A simple not interested or unsubscribe will suffice, just so I know to take you off the mailing list. I'm really trying to get better results in those spam filters. This next clip is from Alex J. Bring it on. Thank you very much.
In Melancholia?
No.
Have
I
you?
know the show you're
I
talking
have
about.
not, no, but I know what it is.
There is a scene where like it's kind of like about like the world is about to end and they all know it, and like
Man,
there's
just
a-
kind of like right now, huh?
Yeah.
There's a tremendous sense of
Prescient.
melancholy, hence the title.
true.
But there is one scene where just like kind of out of nowhere and really for no reason, like because her character has this kind of like breakdown in the movie, but she is just lying kind of beside a lake on their property, like under this kind of blue moonlight. So blue works very well for Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. Wasn't really the
but
blue
just like
that-
just in the nude,
It's the
and it
thighs.
is the most resplendent thing I've ever seen in my entire
Is
life.
it full frontal?
You
Yeah, do you
might
see lips?
You might not. You might not.
Do you see lips, Andrew?
Go to your room. No dinner.
He's stood up to like kind of walk that one off.
I was very happy with
by the way.
that.
It's very funny.
Is it full frontal? Yeah, do you see lips?
I'd love you to do that to the Pentecostal Christians from Happy Ending. They'd be like, yeah, they're red. They're right on
Yes,
display.
right
And you'd be
I
like,
was
tell
gonna-
me more about
I
it.
was
bit
about
of
to
a
say if I
rouge.
could answer the question. You just said this, but you don't say flaps, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see some like it's the
The Majora.
it's basically everything
know what
but
that
the
is.
veg.
The outer.
The,
Thank you.
the Gavin Ross, the Gavin Rossdale. Full bush.
I like that.
Glycerin.
Yeah.
I love that song.
She's glistening.
Hello, Rose, Jamie, and Hastings. Sam Taunton here, your favourite comedian. Well done on the podcast. Terrific stuff. To keep anything together at the moment is a true testament to what you've been able to do. I was thinking about you guys the other day, though. Well, I was thinking about Andrew Hastings. I was thinking, man, Hastings, must be having a rough time during all this COVID stuff. He can, the only person he can have sex with is his wife. Yeah. What a poor guy, no one else, not allowed to be in contact. You're the real victim of COVID, dude. I feel for you, Hastings. Anyway, hey, I miss you all as well. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Who knows what the future holds, but congratulations again. Goodbye.
So you came to my house on New Year's Eve.
That I did.
And you bought a friend, and then one of those friends has gone on a date.
So I've heard. Yeah, I've been
They
getting
went-
updates from
Isn't that crazy?
yeah.
Who's going on a date? You got to give some.
So my friend Rummy, one of my oldest friends, and then
He's going on a date with a friend that Rose brought to your
yeah,
party.
but I don't think you knew her.
No, I met her like on the way there.
But isn't that
It
cool?
was
And-
like a friend of a friend.
Yeah, and we didn't sleep, and then he went that day, New Year's Day, on a date with her to the beach.
Jesus.
And she hadn't been drinking or anything, and he was trying to pretend like he wasn't high on drugs. And she's like, let's just go out the back at Bronte. And he said there was a point he thought he was going to die. Like he was blacking out and seeing double, all in the name of love.
But apparently it's going very well.
Yeah, well, he said he went on another date with her last night.
Yeah.
But look, so you and I are responsible for that.
We are. we
Damn,
bring
dog.
people together.
That's sick. I
We're
love
Cupid.
love.
You love love?
I love love.
You love love so much that you try to love heaps of people.
You got a lot of love to give, brother.
You're overflowing
There's
with it.
plenty to
In
go
fact,
around.
yeah. You've got so much of it, it spills out onto
Yeah.
people's faces.
Some would say,
then
yeah,
videos
Jeff,
are
it's
recorded.
too much. I think there's too
Yeah.
much love.
Yeah. Maybe a little too much. love
Yucky
to
is a
give.
word I've heard someone throw around
No
before.
such thing.
So how about yesterday?
Well, how was the rest of your? How was the rest of your guys' nights?
It was fine.
What'd you do? How much longer did you stay? Do you
Can I
reckon?
just
Maybe
to
2 or
catch
3
up? You
hours.
guys were all hanging out at your wife's
Birthday.
wedding? No, birthday.
My wife's wedding would have been to me, and that was the
Sure, but
year ago.
if she's poly as well, could
Yeah,
she
she's
get
a
married
Polynesian.
again? Oh, Jamie Kirk, you're so hot, but I need to fuck someone else today.
What's Hastings up to?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how'd you get? How much longer did you guys stay out?
I was probably out till like 7:30.
Oh, I would have left at like
In the
6:30,
morning?
right?
No.
Oh, you
okay.
left earlier.
We started at 12. You left
Oh,
at
It was
maybe.
full daylight.
You left at about 4:30.
No.
Yeah.
No, I got there after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I remember I woke up.
Anyway, this isn't
This is
the logistics
logistics,
part
isn't
isn't
it? Right.
important.
It's like,
What
is that-
the
yeah.
important
It's
is what
also
happened.
for someone who
Alright.
takes so much pride in constantly being like, Kirk, I stay out later than you. For some reason, a fucking 20
I think it's weird.
man still tethered to the
weird.
concept of bedtime.
It's because you go home at 5:30 for some reason. You
What,
like
during
stop
the day?
when you start drinking at 11 in the
Oh,
morning.
totally. Yeah, time's just a concept.
But
Doesn't
Jamie
matter.
only
It's a
day
flat
drinks.
circle.
Jamie
Yes,
never
that's what I've
late
been
night
telling
drinks.
people.
He's only day drinking.
Oh, that's good though. You get more sleep because I wake up early as a rule.
I don't like
but
it.
I'll just go to sleep when everyone else does. So I just sleep. I should go to sleep at 5:30 every day
Yeah.
because I wake at 6.
I just love an idea. Yeah, you're a 28-year-old man that's still obsessed with bedtime in a city that offers no late night options. Where you're like, I win. I was out till 4. I've just been drinking Jamba Juice for the last 2 hours.
Guys, guys, I love drugs. I stay out late.
You're
I'm
just
a cool
a cool
guy.
dude.
I'm
You
a
are a
cool
cool
guy.
dude.
But you
edgy.
you love drugs so much that yesterday.
I love.
you couldn't
Yesterday,
stay
I
out
may have
late.
loved drugs a little too much.
Yeah, you
What
went.
did you take?
So okay,
Let's
so
talk
what-
about this.
Charlie McCann.
Gentle Charles
I
McCann,
demand. Okay, I
former
messaged
guest.
Charlie and said, "Are you coming? If you're coming, can you please bring some of that weed butter you brought the other time?"
That sweet Mary
Because one
Jane.
time he bought.
Which to be fair
let's
is like
describe it. It's a
you-
Tupperware.
it looks like snot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Tupperware tin full of loose snot, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
And
had
you're
some of that the other
But
day.
you're
at
supposed to
Papagetti's.
bake it
The
into a
snot
cake,
stuff.
and he's
It's
just
great.
got like this slimer in a fucking.
Got to find a way to
Tupperware.
laugh somehow at Papagetti's, am I right, Taunton?
Oh hell yeah! High five. It was a good gig that night. But anyway, yeah, he handed it.
So patronizing.
No, you did good. No, it was a nice effort.
Look, no, it was a great gig. Everyone's very funny in comedy. Anyway, he handed,
No one's bad.
He handed me a plastic tub and he was like, "Do you want some?" And I was like, "You know, when you have no idea how to consume something." I had no idea what to do with it.
Yeah.
And I was looking at it, and he's like, "Just stick your hand in it," and I'm like, "That can't be right. It looks like lacquer or something."
Yeah.
And I was like, going to drink it. And he's like, "You won't be able to drink it." And I was like, So
It's
anyway.
very thick. It's
So
like
I
it's
started
consistency of butter.
I tried to lick it out of the
Ah,
container,
that's disgusting, Sam.
and I didn't get high either.
Yeah. So what I did was because I had it for the first time a couple of weeks ago after the last cactus juice that Jamie's going to be running.
R.I.P.
After that, yeah. After that, he showed me how much to take, and you just scoop it out with your fingers. And so I told him to bring some to these drinks yesterday.
I demanded.
I did. I texted him. I was like, "You're coming, right? Make sure you bring the fucking whatever."
Why did he owe you?
He doesn't. I just wanted some.
Oh, okay. You're just a demanding.
Yeah,
person.
you're just a rude drug
You're
addict.
just used to getting everything you want.
No, it's that's sort
Living
of-
beyond your means.
Me and Charlie have a special friendship. We have a
well,
special
you take and
relationship.
take and take.
Where there's a give and take of.
I'm pretty accustomed to that friendship with Hastings as well.
There's a give and take of marijuana on both sides between us, and I think that's
I
positive
believe
and healthy.
Hastings was on record last week being like, next Wednesday I owe you like 7 beers. I'm going to buy you a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah,
On
that's not
Saturday,
happening.
He showed up and he was like, "That's not happening anymore." And then still was like, "Can I have a cigarette, dog?"
Dog. But I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Sometimes you get caught up in the idea of giving someone something, and it feels really good, and you get all those positive endorphins from it. And then
it's really having your
and then
cake and
if
eat
you
it too.
If you haven't got it. Like,
Yeah.
that's why you need to do it when you have the thought.
Yeah, yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
if you don't, you won't do it because you've already gotten the
Yeah.
fix, and then you're like, I'm just
Yeah.
losing now by
Yeah,
buying
absolutely.
something.
And now you look like you can't keep a promise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell
that's
yeah.
true. I will get you cigarettes just next paycheck.
Oh, paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I'm
Provided that you get there.
I'm not in a fiscally secure position.
Who is? Who would want to be?
Anyway, so I demanded Charlie bring this fucking butter.
You were like, my good friend, bring the fucking butter, Charlie.
I made him bring this butter, and I misremembered what's the appropriate dosage. I remember scooping a fair bit out of the tub and being like pretty good and having like a nice high. I also hadn't eaten all day. I'd been drinking for a few hours at this stage. About 40 minutes later, I get the real, I might have fucked up here.
I could
might
see
have-
your eyes getting increasingly red, and you just looked so out of it.
Were you sitting down like
I was
in a
just sitting
corner?
there. I was just sitting, chatting with people, very calm, very in the sun. It was quite nice.
Okay, that sounds okay.
Yeah, and then I had this real. I've made a mistake. I've consumed.
Oh, no.
I started to get that feeling of like, oh, I might have
God,
taken too much.
It's one of those scary things when
It's a
you
scary
get
feeling.
to that because you're like you can't back out.
Yeah.
When you take a wrong turn, you're like, oh no, I've done something wrong. You can turn around.
Yeah.
You're just got to ride it
I'm
out.
just done. It's
you're
just
just like, well,
me.
this is me for a while now.
Yeah. So then I saw someone else who was there got some, and he asked Charlie how much he should have, and I saw the amount Charlie told him to have, and I reckon it was 1/8 to 1/10 of the amount that I'd had.
Oh shit.
So I'd had
Okay. So you fucked up, but at least you did a shit ton more than
No, I
everyone
fucked
else.
up
Yeah.
by having.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I
Fuck
fucked
yeah,
up because
dude.
I had a shit ton more. I done
Also,
way
like
too,
poor
way-
Charlie would be like, you just did so much of my weed,
Yeah.
butter.
yeah.
I feel bad about that.
Yeah, like you've taken so much off this guy.
Yeah.
He could have used that for another week, maybe.
Yeah. I feel bad. I don't feel good about it, Dawns.
I thought you were still kind of bragging. The way you're talking about it's kind of like a brag.
Everything's subtly a brag.
I don't feel good about this at all.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so I've had 10 times the recommended dose or whatever it is. I've had it way too much.
Yeah, okay.
And I was already starting to freak out. I said, that really fucking... I'm like, I've killed myself here. I'm sorry.
Did you actually think you were going to die?
I had to keep repeating to myself that no one's ever died of it. Like, it's one of the... I was like that, like, I don't know what's going to happen.
If it was like acid, though, you'd be like,
oh yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to die.
It was real. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I've got to tell my 5 wives I'm going to die. Anyway,
I thought I could write it out.
No one's died from acid either.
After about 20 minutes of it, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, higher and higher and higher. I just have to order this Uber. I live a kilometre away from the pub we were at. I live
that
so
bad
close.
you couldn't walk?
There was not even. I couldn't get to the bathroom. Like I tried getting to the bathroom.
Oh my
and it took
God.
me ages. Like I couldn't.
And you guys are teasing him at this point?
No.
No one really knew what was going on.
Were you in a conversation?
I knew he was
just sitting
stoned
there
because I could see how red his eyes
I knew
were.
he'd gone
But
kind of out of it because he was You were full on squiresing.
Yeah.
Which is,
Oh, the-
I mean, our
just
friend
go
Ben
silent.
Squires
The
has a little
silent.
bit and then just sits there and it's like quiet.
Yeah,
which
I
is
would've known-
much more unusual for
Yeah,
Hastings.
I don't really-
But I would have, because you're normally so loud.
Yeah.
I would have been like, something's wrong. Something's very, very wrong.
Something's gone
He's
wrong
not
here.
just talking in my
I think
ear
there were
about
enough
blah, blah,
people
blah.
that like everyone's kind of chatting and you're not focusing on him.
I think a few times I turned to Charlie and said, "Yeah, I think I fucked this up," and he was just like, "You'll be fine."
Yeah, you'd be all right,
Charlie,
man.
but Charlie
Yeah.
also would not care.
Yeah.
Like he's so not like he's like, oh, Hastings OD dead. Like, oh, yeah. Whatever. Do you want to get stoned? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So I get in the Uber and it's it probably would have been 4 minutes in the Uber. It feels like I'm in the Uber for like my sense of time is all.
Would you chat to the Uber driver about anything?
I was trying not to. Like I was sitting there being like, I'm good, man. Yeah, just got like eyes ahead. Like I'm sweating so much. Like,
I was on the road,
day.
dude. You're just like covered in sweat.
I'm
Don't
sweating
look
so
at me.
much. Like I'm starting to sweat through my clothes.
Can we get the aircon on, please?
It's real bad. I'm freaking out.
You're walking, I've overdosed on marijuana, sir. Drive forward.
Why is this taking so long? Yeah, for 15 seconds. I get out of the Uber at the front of my house. I throw up on the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would I have been able to see that? I left the house earlier.
Maybe, man. Like it was on my building. Like it was just right.
Oh
just
my
fucking
God.
throw
Oh,
up.
man, I walked past
Threw
that
up
like
my
a few
building.
hours ago.
I went upstairs. Yvette was just on the couch. Go, hey, you didn't do the dish. Like trying to. And I was like, I'm graining out.
And
I can't
you were
talk.
Like, do not mention dishes.
I was like,
We are so far past dishes.
I said, I'm greening out. I can't talk. And I just lie down. I passed out for 3 hours. I got up about 3 hours later. I was better. Like I wasn't freaking out anymore.
You're still high,
but I
when
was
you
still
wake
way
up,
too
yeah.
high. Like I couldn't function.
It's
still.
so funny to get super high on weed. Like that's the funniest thing ever.
It's hasn't happened to me in years.
Well, yeah, like
it's-
I remember it happened to me once when I was 18 or 19, properly greened
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
like projectile.
Yeah,
vomiting.
you vomit and shit.
Couldn't talk, couldn't say a word, couldn't walk. But since then, my only kind of interaction with weed is you smoke a joint now and again, you feel a bit high.
I smoked weed every day for 2 years, and this never happened.
I greened out. I didn't vomit. I think I got lucky, but like I definitely greened out. But I think it was like the third time I smoked weed or something, like third or fourth.
Yeah,
and
it's
every
way
time
too
I'd done
early.
it before that, like I hadn't really done much, so it didn't really get me that high. And then I went to this like dreggy house with a friend, and they just had a huge bowl full of just like no spin in it. It was just all green, and they were passing a bong around, and I'd never done a bong before.
Oh, you get stoned instantly.
Yeah,
You're just like, oh, I'm stoned.
But I just had in
That's why
my
I
head.
like 'em.
I was also already kind of drunk, and I just had in my head like, oh, I'm really good at this. Like I don't get really high.
Oh,
So I had like
no.
fucking like 2 or 3 cones or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they had this.
and
thing,
you're already drunk. And,
and then they had this thing called Lachlan, which was like a skull with a motorcycle helmet that had this gigantic cone piece, and then like 4.
He's describing a bong.
Yeah, it was
So
like
she's.
yeah. Like
helps
4
me a lot.
things, and then they did that. So me and these 3 other people had to go on that, and then it just flicked, and I was like, "Oh no!" And time slowed down,
Yeah.
but then it would like speed up really quick, and then it slowed down again. And then my mum called me, and that was the most difficult
don't
conversation I've
answer
ever had in
the
my
phone.
life.
Yeah,
I did. I don't know why.
Can I say this podcast is so cool because we've just been talking about the stories of smoking too much
Smoking weed, dog.
Wait till the next segment. Fucking.
Oh, yeah.
we fucking.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's worse than that normally. It's normally like, how you feel today? Like, oh, fuck, I did too much MDMA last
Yeah,
night.
there's a lot of that.
I did, on New Year's where you were with me. Rosie, there was
Yes.
so much like people just being. It turned into a very druggy party.
But it was like pretty chill.
It was so chill, but everyone was kind of like a lot of conversations with people would come up to me and they're like. Just like clutching their face.
Yeah.
They're like, how you feeling? You doing all right? I was like, I don't think this is fun at all. Everyone's just kind of drinking water, being like, yeah,
best night ever.
This is what a party. What a party.
I had some really good emotional chats with Jared McGowan. It was good.
Well, Jared was the one that would keep coming up to me being like, how you doing, Chief? You getting through it? Like, what do you mean getting through it? And then after he's like, best party I've been to in a while.
He did keep saying that. He did keep saying that.
Yeah, and I'm the loser.
Hello, beautiful angels. Congratulations on your 2-year anniversary. That is huge news. I'm ecstatic for you. I'm recording this from lying in my bed. Happy Corona. It's really an honor to be a part of your best of series. See, that's the washing machine in the background. It's all happening here. Love you so much. Please enjoy the episode starring me. Bye.
Sorry, I should apologize to first-time listeners. If this is your first episode to listen to, it's not normally this horny, okay?
It's a horny movie.
It's such a horny movie.
This might as well be
Yeah.
mic check for how horny it is.
Yeah.
Is this the horniest movie you've done?
This is the horniest movie I've seen.
I think this
Nice.
might be the horniest
It's for
movie.
sure.
It would probably
Because
have
there
to
are
take the
horny
cake.
movies that are deeply unsexy. This is pretty sexy.
Like American Pie is
horny.
very horny, but it's not really sexy.
Yeah. This is
There's
a
just
sexy
one
movie.
pretty horny scene
Yeah.
per film. That's the rule.
Yeah.
But this whole movie, like, man, and like even the scene, as much as I hate it, even the scenes with like Sarah Michelle Gellar like seducing Sebastian.
It's
oof.
lit. It's so
You
good.
hate that?
No, I liked it.
No, it's great.
I've been waiting to
I'm
like.
like, oof, does it good?
Yeah.
I've been waiting to just throw this out after we're a bit lubed up.
Go on.
Your step sibling is that hot and trying to fuck you.
Yeah.
What you do?
Fuck
I have questions.
No, I'm asking the question.
Yeah, I have like
okay, yeah,
about
sorry,
the
yeah,
scenario,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, okay.
So what it comes down to is my relationship with the stepsister.
Yes.
If it's like the second time I've met her, sure. If I live in the same house with her,
Let's say like a similar situation to this. Like you've known each other.
How long have they been living together for?
Let's say 3 years.
So they were both sexually mature when they met?
Would they have been in this?
In this movie, it's implied that they had been living together for a long time because she says
Right.
all your life. You've wanted this all your life.
All right.
But they're not related
Right.
at all. It's like two people entering a marriage.
No, if you living together, living with them for more than a week is too much.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, more, but like,
What if you lived in a separate house?
But if it was
Yeah.
like, if you saw them on summer vacation, that might be different. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
What makes it okay earlier on?
No, it makes it worse earlier on. So I'm saying if they live together as children, then it's definitely off.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if like they were both sexually mature when they met and they weren't living together, are they really siblings or do their parents just fuck?
This is true.
Yeah, well, I think that's the way they put it in the movie. Just
What is interesting, you never see the parents.
I was thinking, I'm like, where the fuck are the parents?
Don't they say that they're away
They
on
say they're
holiday
in
or
Europe.
I
something
think it's
like
a
that?
deliberate
Yeah.
choice to make them seem... Because also, if you see the parents, then they seem more like brother and sister.
Oh, maybe that's
Makes
a
it
good
seem more
point.
like a
Yeah.
family.
But they say they're in Europe or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And also, you need all the like empty rooms and stuff for them to fuck in. Like, it's not...
No, but
They don't-
how old are they in this movie?
I think
There's
it's
a- I
implied
think
that
like
they're about
17,
17 or 18.
Can you
yeah.
fucking... They live in a palace, bitch. They're just
Yeah.
like walking around all these... They don't fuck all... God, that is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Because you're going to fuck your
Doing
brother.
straight up-
There's nothing else to do.
Exactly.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
rich
yeah.
as shit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Your
how it's
sister
marked.
looks like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's
and
how-
you're
that's
stuck
what are you
in a mansion.
That's
Of
how
course
it's-
you're gonna fuck your sister. I'm with Conchetta. Good point.
What are you
Agree.
going to do with your
Agree.
spare time?
You'd fuck your blood sister in that situation.
People are going to
I fuck my dad in that situation.
What are you going to do if not fuck your sister, blackmail women for sex, straight up get them drunk?
Well, that is the way that it's kind of like marketed or whatever. Is that like this is what happens when like rich teenagers are bored?
Yeah, when the cat's away, the mice will
Yeah,
play.
which is kind of like the whole of Gossip Girl as well.
Oh, yeah.
Is there incest in that?
There's not.
That's what makes you want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
You're like, well, if
I've
it's
never
incest-
watched
Forget
it.
it.
I
I'm
will.
not
I guess
interested.
we'll have to fire up the DVDs right now. I always carry them in my backpack.
No, but it's funny to assume that all rich people are fucking this. Like, that's what they got to
Just
do.
the
They're too
idea
rich.
that like Ryan Philippe can have sex with Selma Blair, Reese Witherspoon, but be like, damn, my sister is the sweetest cherry.
She is the sweetest thing.
In high school, there was a lot of rumors that I was incestuous.
With who?
I'll tell you the story how it started. So the rumors were with my cousin. It's not true. She's not actually my... Okay, so what happened was...
Oh, no.
It's actually fine. The story's actually fine. I was...
Keep in mind that you say things are actually fine.
Yeah.
About
Was it actually
everything
fine,
that's
like
going
the
wrong in your life.
Powerbomb MC job you did last time?
I did great as Powerbomb MC. Waywards was the bad one.
Right.
So I was 13. I was at a school dance. And the way it was done, I don't know how it worked at your guys' school dances, is you would go up to girls. It was expected and encouraged. You go up to the girls and you go, hey, do you want to dance?
Yuck.
And then you dance with the girl and then you'd make out a little bit on the dance floor. But you ask
We called them a disco.
You asked
the school enforced that you made out with them as well. They're like, go ahead, get a dance now.
The teachers behind there going, go on, get in, son.
Well, it would have been Hastings' dad, who was a teacher, being like, you got her.
Yeah, standing there going, you're in.
Like that's
I was talking to my brother. You and your cousin have got a hotel room.
Yeah. So the thing about my
Your dad made
first
you
of all,
fuck
the
your
thing about my
cousin.
brother going around at school dances being like, "You're in, son."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that did happen.
Whoa.
Like a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
And he would make fun of like other. He'd like to me. He'd make fun of me for making out with ugly girls to other students.
Right.
Great dad. But then he'd also make fun of other kids for making out with ugly girls behind their back. Pretty funny.
Your dad's a
I
good
think
guy.
the correct term is fuggers.
That was the term used at the time. Anyway, I went up to this girl at this one school dance and I tapped her on the shoulder.
She a fuggo?
No. She was a cuzzo. So she wasn't my first cousin. So she's my stepdad's cousin. So she's my step...
Oh, that's barely any relation.
Yeah.
There's literally no relation. She's my step second cousin.
Yeah.
But she's my age.
So you're going in with those cruel intentions.
No, I didn't say it was her. I tapped on the shoulder. I didn't even say the words. She turned around and I was like, "Oh, hi, Lara. Nice to see you. Didn't know you'd be here. Anyway, have a good night." And I walked away.
And everyone was like, they fucked.
Everyone was
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
up. Like a week later,
Yeah,
it was like,
do you know
"Dude,
why?
You fucked your cousin."
Do you know
my
why?
God.
Because no one at that age could talk to a girl with that amount of confidence.
Yeah.
I did have
And
So
not
they're just like,
try
you
to-
must have done something together.
Approaching women was weirdly one area in which I always had at least some confidence.
Well,
Right.
that says a lot,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
it?
man.
And it has
Well,
stayed
yeah.
strong for your
Well,
life.
straight up, it was like, and to this day, I'm still just trying to impress my dad. Like that's all it is.
Ugh, I
Like,
get it. Yeah.
My
yeah.
dad's notorious.
That
for womanizer.
trauma.
Was your cousin attractive?
Yeah, but in like a very tan, blonde, beachy way, like not my type.
All right.
But
Wait,
yeah.
what is your type?
Oh, I like kind of like gothy emo girls.
Of course.
Green
yeah,
hair,
yeah.
bangs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love, 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 love.
Yeah, I like a nice curve on a lady. This is gross.
Let's get back to talking about fucking your brother.
yeah.
Much more.
Yeah, you
I
have
go
a
for
step brother. Have you ever fucked him?
alternative type.
Yeah. Great.
All those messages we were getting over Christmas about him talking about his stepbrother being Jack.
That's my.
Yeah.
It's my half brother. But
Oh, right,
the Jack
right.
side is clearly not coming from me. It's clearly coming from my.
But you were just
stepdad
looking
side.
at him like,
Damn. He is
I should break
jacked.
off
My
a piece of
brother
that.
is jacked.
What
as
does your
shit.
cousin look like now?
I don't know. She's married.
Oh,
She's yeah.
that was one thing
She's
that
like cute. I guess
we used to always tease this
she's
guy.
my second step cousin.
we used to always tease this guy in our grade because he had like a sister and all these cousins and all of them were just gorgeous.
Sick.
And like everybody just used to like be like, how do you do it? Like, how do you go to your family events and not just fucking have a boner the whole time?
That rules so hard.
I had a friend with a hot sister, and people would often be like, "Sometimes you must want to, though." Hey, like,
Yeah, like because
And
kids
we'd
are
be like,
horrible
yeah.
like that, and like just because people hounded him like that, I was just like, God damn you! I'm so thankful that everyone in my family is really ugly.
If you had like I don't know, because if you had like an absolute 10 out of 10 stunner of a sister, would you be like, yeah, my sister's real hot?
There's like
I
a
think you'd be
there's a
able-
biological thing stopping you thinking.
Not like I
No, I
want to
think
fuck
you'd be
her,
able
but
to
would you at least
recognise
be
it.
like,
Oh, yeah, you can-
You'd be able to
Yeah,
recognize that they're a
recognize.
good-looking person, but
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't
No,
be
of
like,
course.
let's fucking do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
also,
yeah.
while you're in school, you'd be like, no, she's ugly.
Yeah,
you
of course,
have
of course,
Because
of course.
the moment you're like, yeah, she's a good-looking girl, they'll be like, you want to fuck your sister?
No, for certain. You could definitely like.
You ever been
But
in-
for the same token, I can be like, oh, I think my brother looks better with a beard than without a beard. Like, it's not a sexual thing. I'm just. It's
Yeah,
just
but if you
that-
said that in school, you want to fuck your brother.
that's
Yeah.
yes, that is true. Yes.
Hey everyone, Jamie here for one last time. This next clip is a bloody doozy. It's from my favourite episode to record. I remember doing it because I remember thinking, this is going to be a bad episode. We were not particularly enthused on the movie or talking about the movie. So halfway through we did one of our famous pivots, which either delight or annoy listeners, where we decide to disregard the movie altogether. And once we started talking about drills, oh boy, that was the most fun I've had in years. Anyway, enjoy the clip, play Rocket League.
Speaking of shanks and shivs, what do you guys think about this 1-4 tour cancellation? No? All right. No, I think it's actually really interesting.
I was reading about it.
Do you like 1-4?
Well, I've never
I kind
listened
of
to
got
them.
Man, they're so good. You'd like them.
I just kind of got distracted because they kept calling it drill music, so then I just started looking that up. And
Then I just started looking at pictures of drills.
Yeah, then I went on a weird Twitter
It,
ban.
it activated my autism, so I just started buying.
But it's when you just
Black &
you
Decker
keep
drills.
pumping the drill at like different velocities to make a kind of a different sound, and you get a tune out of it.
That's funny.
Like that would work.
It would work.
There's all those things where like people playing their guitar with a drill and shit like that to get those
You
weird
also got like
tones.
singing saws and shit like that. You can do all sorts
The
of
guy
weird
from
shit.
the Nutri-Milk Hotel
That's true,
used
he
to
does.
play a
Yeah,
singing
yeah.
saw.
Man.
Normally an old country thing, I think.
Imagine if we were just sitting here all holding drills, like enamored with them. Occasionally, it's
It's like, damn.
Yeah, damn.
It's just us down on the boat ramp, driving the jet ski with one hand. We're down the boat ramp, driving the jet ski with one hand and just pumping the drill in the other.
We've done it. This is the stupidest episode of the podcast we've ever done. They're just talking about drills.
I kind of like this. This has been a more positive vibe than.
But we're just
openings.
hanging out. We're all just sitting here, and occasionally, you could tell when we started admiring our drills because we just kind of drift off a little. And we're just
After
You hear
5
a little-
seconds, you hear it off mic. You hear it.
and then someone's like, "What did you just say?" I was looking at my drill.
Put it in the wall.
Man, we could drill all sorts of cool stuff. Too.
How sick would it be when we actually get to use these drills? One of these days, I'm going to do some drilling.
Yeah.
Just like they're like, "What do you do with it?" I'm like, I mostly admire it and go. Zzz, zzz.
Yeah.
That's not my speed. I more like to imagine drilling things with it.
Yeah.
I just sort of mime and pretend I'm doing some drilling. One of these days, I'm going to do some actual
What's the
drilling.
big drill called?
Jackhammer.
Yeah. Well, whoa.
Shit.
We got a lot of one of
Is
those.
that what?
Damn.
Is that what you meant, a jackhammer?
The thing that you used to go through concrete.
It's a jackhammer, yeah.
Is it called a jackhammer?
It's called a jackhammer.
Yeah.
But
That's like the
a
world-
jackhammer's a different thing. That's like
You're
hits.
describing the same action.
Yeah,
But
but
that
they're
hits
drilling.
down. But like there are big drills.
Oh, okay. Like
Damn,
something,
what's the biggest
It
drill?
would be something like something to bore a hole.
Yeah, it'd be like
like a boring thing.
Yeah. Well, they also got like this giant
nothing
one-
boring about it, mate.
Yeah.
It's
What if we
so
had-
wild and interesting.
Just buy a boring drill in case they look at it.
Well, have you seen?
We could podcast from the top of the boring
Oh,
drill.
that would be so
Yeah,
sick.
do you know
And
there's
then,
like-
or at least from the control
and then
room.
at the end, the drill bores down and makes the new podcast lair where we put our pool table and our jet ski keys.
Jet ski keys.
Yeah.
It's where we keep the map to the ocean.
Yeah, well, the jet.
Our guest,
The map is framed, so we can't take it out of the hole.
our guest this week is John the Mole Man again.
But if we just say it, yeah, because we obviously you wouldn't put the jet ski in the hole, but the keys, 'cause
Yeah.
the jet ski's on the wall.
Oh, and you better believe we keep the keys next to the map.
Never forget.
What do you call it? Like, there's like those giant, like as in 10 meters across, 20 meters across, maybe giant drills that you drive like a bulldozer or whatever.
Oh.
And they're made to build like tunnels. Like it's how you build tunnels.
yeah,
so-
driving drill.
Yeah, that would be like.
Let's have a. I'll
like,
look it up.
I like see that, and I'm like, it's too much. I don't like it.
Oh man, look at these babies.
Oh yeah.
Just looking at pictures of drills.
That's so good.
Fuck.
One day I'll graduate from screwdriver.
What's
Yeah.
It doesn't have. Oh, because that's right. I wrote driving drills and it said impact driver. Apparently, that's a type of like handheld.
It's like
drill.
it's like a tunnel borer or something. I don't know what the word is.
Driving drill make tunnel.
I didn't go
Google's gonna think I'm gonna get some weird like Facebook
Yeah.
algorithms. Stuff.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like
Big
a 4-year-old trying to talk. Driving drill, make tunnel.
Oh man, I fucked up my algorithm so
It's
bad.
called a tunnel boring machine.
There you go.
Yeah, that's so sick.
What if we got one of those?
Yeah.
It's also known as a mole.
Well, I think that's too much power for one man.
Yeah, but we could look at it.
But for 2 men and
a
one
trans
trans
woman.
woman.
We've got to make sure it has enough seats for 3 of us.
Yeah.
And then we
This
can
is
put fuzzy dice.
Oh yeah, and the
Yeah.
dancing Elvis.
Inbuilt podcasting equipment.
People are like, we haven't
Remember
seen
when they outlawed the dancing Elvis?
Fucking fascists.
That's so funny though.
Fucking police state.
Then they'll fucking take our drills away from us.
I'm going to get like a death in custody rally. Hold up a sign being like, and also
Bring back
the dancing Elvis. Like, I agree with them. I'm on their side, but just my personal agenda is about the dancing Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, in the hole, we'd also have next to the map of the ocean that's framed and next to the jet ski keys. Better believe there's a big mouth Billy Bass because
Oh
we love the
yes.
fucking ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
have one.
Yeah, let's look
We
at like
just
fisherman
built
hats.
the world's worst man cave.
Yeah. The people are like, where's the pool table? And you're like, no, there's a fucking map of the ocean. Right. That's oak.
Yeah, you walk down there and it's
We
like,
varnish that baby.
come down, check out my man cave. It's pretty sweet, my dude. Guys, they're like a 6-pack of beer, all excited. You turn on one of those like neon bar lights and it illuminates the thing, but it's just a bare room with a map of the ocean, a giant drill cabinet,
And check these out.
The drills are just, it's like a gun rack.
Yeah.
Drills. What do you do with these bad? We're like, pretty cool, right? This, check out this bad boy. They're like, what'd you do with it? And we're like, this.
You're like, and these are the jet ski keys. They're like, but where are the jet skis?
It's
No,
also-
these are the keys.
Well, if you want to know where the jet skis are, may I refer you to the map of the ocean?
I have just the thing for you, in fact.
Oh man, this one's for us.
this might be my favorite episode.
I also like the idea.
Can we not talk about the movie
Please,
and put
I
it to the
don't
next
know.
one and just talk about drills for a bit
I
more?
really like the idea.
I kind of wouldn't mind doing
We're
that.
also 35 minutes in, so we can actually. That's
No,
great because
no.
I don't have heaps
No.
to say
I
about
have
the
very
movie.
little to say about the movie.
No, fuck it, because then we could do this, and then we could push that one next week and only watch one movie.
That's
Drills.
Damn,
Drills.
that is
Drills,
the knowledge
drills,
of movie.
drills.
I do have more drill stuff to
Yeah,
say.
sick.
Well, I like the idea of when you bring the guy into the man cave.
Well, it's a huge ladder. to
Oh,
get down as well.
but do you,
Down
is
the
it a
tunnel
huge
you
ladder or
fall.
is it like a fireman's pole?
Oh.
Because that would be fun. That's
yeah,
a
but
fun
how does
thing.
where's the how do you? Oh no,
It's
I
no,
guess you
okay.
get the base.
What
of
it
the
is, it's a
fireman's
fireman's pole that's kind of like a slippery dip, but it makes the shape of a drill piece. Like,
Oh,
it's like a giant drill piece.
yeah.
What if it was a
corkscrew,
slide?
baby.
Or like a staircase that looks like a drill piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, we painted this bad boy gunmetal silver.
But yeah, I like the idea of like you've got say like let's say you got 10 drills on the shelf or the cabinet or whatever, and you're
10.
showing them off, and you're trying to do the like showing off each individual drill, but we know nothing about drills. I know like the brand name, and I'm like, I guess this is like I don't know, it's like Black and Decker
yeah.
a brand.
Yeah, this one's an
Yeah,
impact.
Black and Decker.
This one's an impact driver. Oh yeah, how'd you know that? I was googling big driving drill and found it by mistake.
Find a thing of a different kind of almost sort of drill.
When we've got the big driving drill and we're all in it, God, that'd be sick. I
Yeah.
had a riff that I was going to do about it, but I forgot what it is because I'm just thinking of boring that hole.
Man, it's so the idea. It's
Oh
just,
man, this is a great name. I was looking up mining drills,
Yeah.
and they're called blast hole drills.
Oh, man, we got to get one of those.
That's a
Do you have
sick
any
name.
pictures of them?
Man, ever since I've been
maybe
married, I got
here.
a blast hole at home.
Also, for social media promotion this week, just all pictures of drill.
Yeah, we'll do a big collage.
I can definitely put we'll just say him other way editor logo on some pictures of drills. I can certainly do that for you.
It's like this here. Like we'll include a picture of a blast hole drill.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Yeah, they're for mining.
Kind of looks like it
Like-
says Blastoise drill.
I
No,
love
I
that
don't like
it's-
that content. Start talking about
I love-
drills more.
seems like a Komatsu, that one, you know.
All right. Bee drill's a Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
It's a bee with drills for hands. That's true.
a bee is like it got a drill on the back of it.
Well, how big is this hole? Like, I'm not talking about deep. I'm talking like once it's drilled. Like,
Yeah, how wide?
Well, I'm picturing it's a circle that basically just fits the jet ski
Oh, no.
keys and the framed photo, and it's
Right.
a circle.
Oh, right. The actual thing is, I was picturing like the size of my lounge room. So like pretty small.
Oh, that's bigger than I imagined.
Yeah, it's like a small.
But like, I'm happy to. Oh no, because we need to put the drills in.
Yeah.
So it couldn't
Yeah.
be just as big
You
as this
need-
table.
You need at least that space for like. Oh, probably
Yeah.
a doubly big of that.
Who's
cabinet
the
there.
first guy?
That's it.
Who's the first person we take to the man cave?
People are just going to think we're taking them there to kill them with a drill. Which we might.
Is it still a man? Like, because Rose, you're a woman. Like, what's a woman man cave? It's like 2/3 man cave, 1/3.
We could just call it
woman
like
cave.
We could just call it like a hangout.
we could just call it like the den.
Yeah.
The den works.
The den, the big hole.
Yeah. Big holes.
The
work.
blast
That's a
hole.
bloody
You gotta
wife.
come, you gotta come by the blast hole, dude.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Blast hole's
Yeah,
good.
just like the neon bar light says blast hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you gotta come by the blast hole, check out the game. Then they get there, they've got the beers. They're like, "Where's the TV?" And you're like,
No, the
what do you-
game is
the game is
playing
looking at
with
the
drills.
We call ourselves the blast hole assholes.
You can't touch the drills.
Yeah.
You don't.
He's like, can we at least like go get the jet skis? It's like, not today.
but you can look at the map.
Yeah.
To the ocean.
You can like see how we do it on it, but like today I kind of had put aside for drills.
Sometimes we-
Oh, this is the most joy. This is
Oh.
this is gonna be the last episode.
It's gonna be so fucked.
for so many people.
It's gonna be so hard trying to explain what this episode is.
No, it'll be so easy.
We just
one
won't. We just
word
won't,
in Prodigy:
right?
drills.
Drills.
yeah, we got distracted.
We started talking about drills. Oh yeah,
Oh.
shit. What do we call
Let's-
this episode? Because it doesn't. I guess we could just call it just riffing, but I'm calling it drills.
No, it's it's drills.
Yeah. 'Cause people will be intrigued by what
what
drills
about
is.
what about just the blast hole?
Yeah, the blast hole.
Well, also I'm saying we're on 40 minutes. I reckon we just do it another 10 because you don't want to run out of steam on this drill shit.
Yeah, I reckon the blast hole is good.
Yeah, the blast hole is good. But yeah, let's record another 10 minutes. And
Well, I
we'll
mean,
do
it
the
doesn't
movie.
have to be like all drill related. Like
No,
we can
that's
bring
true.
it back to drill.
Yeah.
It wasn't drills the whole way through.
Well,
There was
I
a lot
wanna-
of fan
I've
boat
been thinking
stuff.
more about-
well,
yeah,
that's what it's got to be. There's got to the photo has got to be like a collage of drills just around a fan boat.
Also, the blast hole should be kind of in an inconvenient location.
Oh,
to
yeah.
make people really mad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the map to the
And, like,
ocean
really
should be
far
like
from water.
Yeah, it should be like a 40-minute
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
It's in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like, "Hey man, like the map to the ocean, like that means you can walk there, right?" And you're like, "Oh,
You're like,
No, man.
Cunt, we're in Katoomba.
I mean, yeah, for ages.
yeah, it'd be a long walk. I mean, you're gonna forget all about the drill.
It's an island country, so yeah, you can walk there. Like,
Yeah, you can walk there from anywhere.
You're going to want to
Technically,
charge your drill before you go on the walk, so
can
you
also-
can rev it as much as you want.
you
on
can
the way
also
over there.
technically walk from South Africa to East China. So it's like,
Damn.
yeah,
Well, if like the
Can you really?
yeah. There's a landlord. There's land. There's at least one land bridge all the way from South Africa to like bottom of Africa up to Europe over to Asia.
Shit.
Yeah, there's like I think we're like near Egypt. I think there's like a land bridge.
I was thinking about this
Like North Africa.
earlier, and now I was thinking about this like by myself.
I might be
earlier,
wrong, by the
and
way.
now it makes perfect sense.
Maybe are there tunnels? Perhaps made with drills.
I mean, tunnels are traditionally made with drills. Last time I checked.
Like imagine the
damn.
drill that made that thing that goes between England and France.
Yeah, the channel. Yeah, that would be the boring drill.
Yeah.
that would be that.
I went on I was in that tunnel. That was a big.
I've been on it.
I was on the train where you sit in your car.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, there's a big queue. I found it very annoying getting onto the train. That was the most stressful part of the whole thing, like the big ramp where you all gotta
Yeah, my
drive on.
dad punched the machine there.
Yeah, it's
once,
really
and he,
fucked
like,
there.
and he like broke all the skin in his hand because the boom gate wouldn't let him in.
Oh man, hell yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking this is kind of related, I guess, to drills. It's not really, but it's like it stays on brand. I was just thinking like while I was by myself, like podcasts because like anyone can do them, and like
As we've very much proved.
As we've
And, like,
proven time and time again.
just like the barrier to entry is no barrier. Like if you you don't even need proper audio equipment. Like so many people just like do it straight into their laptop and GarageBand. I was just thinking about like because like no, obviously there are no numbers that people like publicly have. Like there's no Nielsen ratings that rates every single podcast. So like most companies keep their listens in house. I was just thinking like imagine like we joke about how many listeners we have,
Yeah.
but we actually have fans.
Yeah.
And people that listen every month.
We
And-
wouldn't do this for this many episodes if
Yeah.
people weren't listening.
But that's the thing.
No, but do you know what? I think if we were doing this for 20 people still, we probably still would be doing it.
Yeah, and then we'd be
You
really
gotta do something
like,
with your Sunday.
Yeah. But like I was
Exactly.
thinking of like what do you reckon is like the smallest like audience based pog? Like imagine like
I
some
mean, do you want me to name names? Like, do you want me to...
No, because
There's
like,
got to
it
be
probably
podcasts
doesn't
with like
exist.
no listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's got to be, but like a guy who's been like doing it for years, who's like reviewing video games or something that gets 0 listens.
We all know a guy who I'm pretty sure... I asked him once, I think he gets like under 10 listens per episode.
Really? Who?
I'm not going to say who it is. It's quite mean.
Okay, well let's stop the recording.
He how would I?
No,
like-
I mean you. Well, just tell the episode's over. in
I'll tell you.
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. He has one episode that has hundreds of listens.
Oh,
and
yeah.
under
I thought
10
it might be that.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. One very popular local
Okay,
episode.
so I
Yeah.
guess. Okay, I guess that excludes comedy because I was thinking more like fucking nerds because like
Oh, yeah.
every scene is gonna have. Every city is going to have a comedy scene, and every comedy scene is going to have an open mic scene where someone starts a bad podcast.
Yeah.
yeah,
We did it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That is
But-
true.
I
It's-
mean, you fucking tell me of a podcast that makes drills entertaining content for up to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'll show you, we'll just tell your mother we ate it.
I just like it's so fun to imagine that there are podcasts worse than this one. Like there has to be.
Well,
Like,
that is just
I've listened to podcasts.
I've listened to them. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
but it's fun to imagine like their podcast so like not even.
You could argue that the Joe Rogan experience is worse
I mean,
than
I'd
this.
rather listen to this.
But I mean, like, it's fun to imagine that there are podcasts so obscure as well. Like,
Yeah.
there's a guy in like Iowa, like critiquing the bold and the beautiful.
We're gonna
or
get like a
something.
cease and desist letter after this from someone who runs a drills podcast.
This episode is like, we got 10,000 listens.
We just
and,
suddenly-
and they loved it.
We're on Vulture's best podcast of the week.
We just have to do a drill podcast.
Not
from now on.
not many comedians can make drills funny, but transgender comedian Rose Piper and his two cis het cronies.
His two?
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, Vulture still.
Well,
hasn't
it's the
figured it
Vulture writer. It's not me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Jesse
Yeah.
David
You can-
Fox.
you can
Doing a
blame-
I thought he
character
tried
of
to
a
be real
transphobic
woke.
You
Vulture
can,
writer.
yeah, you can blame Seth Simons.
Yeah, Vulture is Vulture's one of the good ones, right?
What do you mean?
Like Vulture's like one of the ones that is like
They respect people?
No, it's like a pretty like it's considered like a good media source, right? Like it's
Yeah.
I guess they're like woke and they do articles about
I mean, like,
comedy. and
yeah.
whatnot.
like you know like Vice is kind of a
But
joke,
like Jesse David Fox is really annoying.
Right,
He
okay.
like.
They're like large in traffic.
Yeah,
They-
cool. Sweet.
But they're like the people that tried to get behind coining the term like post comedy and all that shit.
Oh, yeah, that's boring.
that is so boring.
Yeah.
yeah,
I like the term drill comedy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, 'cause you know what drill rap is? Like it's defined.
Oh,
by...
that's how we got on.
That
to
is
this.
yeah. Don't worry, I had that in my head the whole time when we needed it out. Don't worry, I got a little safety boat for you. No, drill. Well, because drill rap is about. It's like the whole idea is that it's all has to be real. You have to actually have done the things.
It's
you're
just
talking
about grinding on the streets.
Yeah,
and
but
shit,
the idea
right?
is you don't like glamorize it. Like it's not like
So
I've
you
sold-
can't say I killed someone unless you did it.
It's not that you can't. It's more like the idea is rather than going, I sold more crack than Pablo Escobar. You go, I sell crack every day and it's hard.
I've sold
Like,
a
it's
sufficient
real.
amount
Like,
of
it's-
crack. Here are my overheads
yeah.
for the next
It's
2 years.
more about like
Yeah.
life's hard on the streets, but this is what we do, as opposed to like I'm the biggest fucking
Whereas, like,
G of all
our
time.
And
Whereas,
no,
like-
you can't smoke crack in the blast hole.
Yeah, which is like what our drill rap is. We're just sitting in the blast hole being like, now you go around. It's like my black,
Yeah.
Medeka,
That's funny.
the Audio-Teca,
That's great.
kicking holes.
But, like,
I'm
so, like,
gonna
so-
get a Husqvarna.
So drill comedy then would be it's just drill where you can't exaggerate in your bits and you can't make shit up. My comedy would be in big trouble.
but it's always about drills.
yeah, it's like assumed that it's kind of like storytelling is drill comedy because it kind of has to be real.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think if I gave you like, how long could we say, like 3 months?
Yeah.
You could write a good 5 about drills that you think would do well at like the Comedy Lounge.
Not a 5. I reckon I could get 2.
Right.
2
I
or
think
3.
the
I can get a
obvi-
solid bit that would do
The
well at
obvious
Comedy Lounge.
tag would be to talk, I guess, for me, probably for Hastings as well, that we're no good with tools.
Yes.
Like, that's an easy in, and it's
Yeah.
kind of relatable. And then that's when you get real specific with
I'd go-
drill models
Yeah.
and make silly.
I'd be going. My wife does the handiwork around the house, and then you somehow a way to get that into drills. Maybe I think she's using them for sex. I don't know.
What do you think about nail guns?
Love them.
I'm kind of split on the middle because on the one hand, yeah, I do love them, but on the other hand, I really love them. So it's it's tough. Like.
But you know, like it just kind of.
Well,
I
you
feel
need
like
it.
it circumvents a lot of the drilling process.
I don't know,
you
but
know?
drills.
you need...
I
well,
obviously prefer drills.
Well, that is one of the great scenes of The Wire when she buys the nail gun.
yeah. To be fair, you do need that nail gun because the map of the ocean's got to hang off something in the hole.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess you could use a hammer, but that's
Yeah.
kind of basic.
Or those command strips.
I think like the nail gun is like Morrissey's solo work to drills the Smiths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like Morrissey's still great. Yeah. It's not
Oh,
like Wings. I'm not comparing. Not like
bit of a cunt.
His music is still great. He sucks, obviously. I feel like it's a given that we all hate Morrissey now.
Yeah.
How long has Morrissey been a bad person for?
The whole time.
Quite a while.
The whole time.
He's always been like
Famously since the late 90s, I think.
But I thought like his original music is like the Smiths stuff is like all left leaning. Like he's not like pro Brexit.
I think it was
dead,
like
is he?
I think he sort of became like known as an asshole sort of post the Smiths. I think.
But like listening back to his like listening to the Smiths now, it's like this guy doesn't sound like he'd be a good guy to hang out with. What?
Maybe check your phone.
Jamie's just sent a photo of a drill to the podcast group chat.
This is what I'm going to be doing all week.
No, I'm excited.
Oh my lord!
We've got to share our favorite drills.
Man,
It's a pretty good drill too.
I can't believe I just learnt about a new drill brand, Milwaukee. Adding that to the calendar.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that looks like a slick ride.
I mean, there are. That looks like one wild ride.
Looks like one smooth ride.
Think of the things I could do with this. Wear it. Put it in the case. Let people come over and see it in the case.
Pull the trigger. Not pull the trigger. Attach
Put any
different
drill bits in it? No.
Holy shit! Look at this.
Too dangerous.
Oh, what's this?
This
Are you
is
looking
a
up nail guns?
This is it's called a hammer, but that's like post hammer.
Oh, it's like
an
nail
electric
gun
hammer?
type. That's like a hardcore nail gun type thing.
Fuck, I like that too. Maybe we should just become like tool people.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Is
Yeah.
it just like a flat surface that pressures down to push nails in like a hammer would,
Maybe.
but electrically? That's probably what it is.
I give this episode Mitre 10 out of 10 every time.
Rose, you've done it again.
Man, these sausages are sizzling today.
You got a better podcast? We'll beat it by 10%.
Man, I reckon we wrap this shit up. That was
Yeah.
good. Let's end on Mitre 10 out of 10. Let's do it.
Come to Powerbomb Comedy, the
please.
premier destination for drill-based comedy.
yeah. Definitely will be after this.
Man, imagine if we got new fans who are huge drill
I would
heads.
love that.
That should definitely be our first shirt. Just a
Yeah.
picture of a drill.
Yeah, that is funny.
We're kind of like the 1-4 of Sydney comedy because we do drill comedy.
Yeah. That's where this came from.
What's that other stuff we do? Powerbomb every Friday.
Come to
UTS next semester, maybe.
come to comedy
yeah.
at Papa Getty's third Tuesday of every month.
Support live comedy.
Twitter.
I've been good on Twitter lately. It's at Andrew Hastings. I'm getting more followers and shit.
I'm Jamie Kerr Comedy. I do all right.
Yeah, I've been doing all right lately. I'm at Rose Alice Piper.
Yeah. Oh, also you can see
Also
a picture
on Instagram.
Here's a little thing. If you want to see a photo of my #feminist shirt, I posted on Twitter. So head over, check that there. Chuck us a like.
If you want to see a bunch of
Chuck us a
pictures
follow.
of drills, go to our Facebook page the week of this episode.
Check out this beauty.
Ow!
God damn!
I'm gonna go down the hardware store and just take a video of me like.
That'd be so funny. All three of us walking down to Bunnings, looking at drills, just going, "Whoa!" People are like,
high fiving.
See,
Getting,
Look at this.
getting a photo, shaking the hand of the guy working in there, like
Posting a
in
photo
the front
of,
of them.
of drills with just the comment. His comment is just like 4 fire emojis.
took this bad boy for a test today. Smooth ride.
Yeah, follow. I actually have a premium Snapchat where you can check out my drill videos.
That's my OnlyFans.
Yeah.
To the next step.
The next step.
Man, if you didn't record a podcast entirely about drills on an airboat, were you even really on an airboat?
So that's the end of the best of part 1, guys. We hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you again for listening every week. If you do, we really, really appreciate it. Thank you to all the past guests who came on, who sent us in little clips. We love you. We appreciate you. We want to get you all back in the future. And remember, if you sent in a clip that you wanted to be included in this and it wasn't in this one, tune in next week because we have part 2 of the best up coming up and it might be in there. So in the meantime, jump on, follow us on social media. I think we're at We Ate It All on Twitter. We're We Ate It All podcast on Instagram, and we'll just tell them that We Ate It All on Facebook, and follow like me and Jamie and Andy as well. I'm sure we're pumping out some great quarantine content at the moment. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and we'll see you all next week to the next step.